Hey there, hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing kind of fine because it is very weird to have my Sunday on Monday and my Monday on Sunday. I hope it's less confusing for you. For today we're going to continue working on to the jungle and the wildlands area. I had a lot of positive feedback. JD is saying, looks wonderful. JB, the landscaping makes a big difference. Thank you a lot. And Gurant is saying, nice job. Your idea with the colors is very cool. You should also apply the same concept to the leaves of the trees to make them slightly different. And thank you a lot for reminding me. I actually had this idea from someone a very long while ago. I did put it up to the text file, but I forgot about it. So it's very good that you remind me of it. I also have this text file open right now. I will talk about that more in a minute. Cat Cows is saying the jungle is looking good. A campsite would be cool. At the beach you could put a sun umbrella and rocks down as beach towels or a wicker bed. Thank you a lot for the feedback, and those are some very good ideas. I will talk more about that in a second. Johansson is saying that color gradient of the path and the sidewall is a nice and original idea, and a beautiful road like that needs a beautiful car to drive on it. That monster you have right now needs an upgrade. You're definitely right about that, and a vehicle, I'm slowly working on it. Thank you a lot for the feedback and ideas. Now the thing here is, on this text file I have a couple of things with some of these ideas were from back in the days when I started the wildlands, and it's gonna be time that I'm going to apply them to this island. Now the idea of Cat Cows about these beachy stuff, I think what would be the best is to do a complete episode about the whole beach, because there are of course more ideas that I can apply to the beach, and this beach is very long. So if you have any ideas what I can apply to this beach beside towels, sun umbrellas, maybe a guardhouse, a lifeguard house, just let me know in the comment section, and then at some point we're just going to give this whole beach a one heck of a blast. Now on this text file there are a couple of things that were from back in the days. Those ideas, I believe some of these ideas came from J-Rock, and these were a viewing platform, a treehouse. Those things are a very good idea, and I would like to apply them to this whole show. There is so much to do still, but it's going to be absolutely a blast. Now the first thing that I would like to do, just for a minute here, is that I got this plant right down here. These were actually the plants that I was looking for to make it a little bit more dense, right? So I could just try to place it like this, add the seeds, and it's a lot more dense. This is what I was looking for. Now the only downside is that this is on grid. We don't have yet free place mode for blueprints, which I hope in the future will be a thing. But at least I can add a little bit more of that in the surrounding areas. But I think it's the best idea to first implement all of you guys' ideas, like a campsite, a hut, tree shades, viewing platforms, treehouse, and all that kind of stuff, because also painting with a lot of plants around is going to be a little difficult. Okay, at this moment it's a little bit too misty, but when the weather is a little better, we can start giving these palm trees some shades, and I will take a look at the reference images, try to choose like 3 or 4 different kinds. I'm going to paint all of the palm trees first, and then we're going to take a look at the big guys, give them some paintings, and then yeah, let's see how it looks like afterward. I'm also going to need to put some rocks into blueprints, place them around. But first, a campsite. Where would a campsite be nice? It's getting freaking misty in here. I think leaving this area untouched would be the best, because up here I kind of have a little bit of a flat thing going on, just right between those trees. You don't really get to see the road too much, maybe, and I can always like place down some rocks to cover things up a little bit, to give it a little bit more privacy. That's actually a very good idea for like if you have like a gigantic island to make like campsites and stuff. Of course I could take a little look and see if I can maybe place here or something, like maybe a tent, or it needs to be a bit of a flat land. Alright, so I made a special editor save file just for the jungle. We're gonna create all this kind of stuff right in here. Now for tents, I was just thinking maybe I should use like carpets if it would be possible that one of these carpet, yeah, something like this, have like nice straight lines. Now let's give this a 45-degree angle. Another thing important, can we give it like a nice color? Something that would say, look at me, I'm here. Now we could go for like a very green, but I feel like too much green. It needs a bit color, right? And I'm going to turn this thing like this because I want to have this side as the outside. Just going to create a very simple looking tent. I actually like how this model is almost made like it's supposed to be like that. Now you can imagine closing this up is going to be maybe extremely difficult. Maybe. The reason why I say maybe is because it might even work out though. Ah, that's not too bad. Now, of course, making one side, like having two flap going, is going to be very difficult. So let's just pretend that this one is closed up. And I do have an idea in order to make it look like one side is the one with the zipper. Let's just add a simple sign and give the sign like a nice gray color. Now it just looks like it is closed up. And a very important will be those sticks, I guess. Even though I think they are not sticking out, right? That would be silly. That creates like a little gap between the tent and the stick in order to, you know, have water coming in. So what I might be able to do in that case is just place them at the corner in order to make it look like it keeps the tent in place. Something like that. You know, this is not too bad. Now, of course, the most difficult thing is to make it look a little bit more natural to say, so not everything on grid. Just gonna have one like that. I can place, you know, multiply blue ones and just paint one. And of course, super duper, very much important, set selected as non-pickable. Very good. If you want to know more about these tools, there's a link to my Discord in the description. You can find all these tools. I have one video talking about some of these tools. All right, so we're having two tents. We can also just, you know, place something like a toolbox or whatever, and campfire is already in the game, so that's going to be easy. Now, another thing that I would like to have, which I have spoken about in the last episode, is like a simple hut, like children playing around, making like a hut or whatever from pieces of wood. And I'm thinking about it. What is actually the size of those tents? It's a little bit tiny, but I guess it will do. Alright, in order to make sure it looks a little bit random type of deal, let's put an A with it. We're just gonna use some blanks. Oh, there we go. So now I can kind of decide like how big it needs to be. I want to keep it still a little bit simple, but also still a little bit cool. So it's going to have like a door. And then also let's turn this off and do planks like a little bit inclined. Now, of course, it needs to have a little bit of different color shades. And we're going to use a nice tool for that, made by Mellow. Then let's select this guy, rotate it, make sure this will fit in. This hut is gonna be a bit bigger than the tent. Let's just pretend like maybe midgets camping there. This is all going to be for fun, so nothing too serious going on with this. Alright, let's see the size of this. It's made by kids, so it can be a bit lower. Alright, so in this case, we would like to have a back window in here. Something like that. A little bit perfection here. Cool. Now I'm going to need to figure out a way to do the top, but maybe I should just follow what I've been saying. Let's keep it simple. I have another idea what I can do to make the roof a little bit more roofy. I remember being on vacation and we're building a hut in the forest and we use like leaves for roof parts. Alright, there we go. A nice little hut. Now, before I'm going to add leaves, I would like to give this some random painting, which also can be done with a very handy tool. This tool is called Color Randomizer. So before I click on here and everything's getting black, I should be clicking on the name. Then let's turn the random array on 0. Which I think doesn't need to happen. We need to just turn it off like that. So when you turn this off, it will turn off all of these because I want to make use of these guys. Then I select two colors, do kind of a brown. And then if I would click on this one, it just gives like nice random colors. Maybe I find this little too light. Let's do that again. Yeah, this is perfect. Beautiful. Now, getting a bunch of leaves might be a challenge. But I just want to see what we have nowadays. If it's about these kind of guys. I'm going to group this up so it's easier to select everything and also randomize the color just a little bit. Let's just stick it out for a bit. One down here, which should be in the group. And just try to randomize this a little bit. One here, the one up here sticking out like that. Then let's select everything, rotate it around to give it even more randomness. Let's put it like, for example, like this. And then let's grab this one, put it like that. Ones like this and like that. And whatnot. Now, this is not the only thing I would like to add. I would also like to add some sticks. Let's turn this guy on so I know for sure I'm grabbing the right stick here. There are a lot of different ones. Well, you know, this is saying you can use everything. So let's just use everything. And these things are gonna get a little bit of color off the leaves in a minute. It's just to create a little bit of extra touch in there. A couple ones like so. And a little bit like that. Yeah, that's looking good. So now I think I cannot do this while it's in a group, I think. So let's just put it offside here, break the group. Light green. Something like this would be cool. Then let's select it all. Give them like this kind of a color, I'll guess. Not too happy with it. I think I need to use a little bit like it has been faded away already. The green stuff. And let's create a little bit like that. A little bit like this. And also, let me see here. I think that would be a better color. Now you can see that this here is still on. So I believe if I would put this on 1 and do that again. Yeah, now it gives also that a bit of a different color. This is color slot number 2. I am not yet feeling it just yet. I want to have this one a little bit more like that still. You know what? This is fine. It looks dried out. Yeah, beautiful. Fantastic. A little hut for kids to play in. Alright, next thing coming up is, of course, those rocks where I was talking about. I'm just gonna group this stuff up so I'm not going to mistake when double clicking something and then these stuff will also be selected. We're just gonna type in rocks, keep this thing on so we know we can use it. And here we just have like different rocks that we could use, any other than the rocks that we laid down. This one is too perfect, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. But I also feel like I need something way bigger. What if I type in stone? And I get those. Wait, I think I know what I need. Easter. And then we could use something like this. And of course, not his whole face. If it's even possible though, because what I'm talking about is something like that. But yeah, I don't think that is gonna work out. It's too perfect. So I'm just gonna keep it with this and I'm just going to save everything separately. It takes a little work, but once it's done, it is done. Alright, beautiful. Rocks has been blueprinted. Alright, so what is next? Let me just take a look at my text file. Viewing platform at treehouse. Ooh, that's going to take a little bit more work. And not only is going to take a little more work, I'm also going to figure out like how am I going to do this, since you know trees have a different distance, have like different heights and all that kind of stuff. I might have an idea, but it's going to take a little bit more work. I guess that is fine. Alright, let's just start off with placing a tent. You know, that is actually not too bad, even though it needs to be a lot lower, and then it's going to be real bad. That's funny. Yeah, let's just rotate it. I just place this guy like there and then see what we need. We need planks, Greek carpet and that kind of stuff. It's tiny, but it is all going to be fine. So let me see, where do I make rocks again? I believe at this guy to make 35. I would like to have, well, 12. There we go. Want to make 3 tents. Oh god, I'm going to need to clean up some stuff again. I would swear I had some planks somewhere. There we go. Now you also have to keep in mind, this is not a busy road. Like most people are just walking. Maybe once a day or in a couple of days will be like some vehicles driving by. But I think this guy needs to be here somewhere. I'll guess right down here and then have one more right down there. So I need to chop some more plants. There we go. We got 3 beautiful tents, and you know what? I'm sorry, you need to leave. Right, so now I need like a campfire. Crafting corrales. It's like somewhere around here. And I'm thinking of it. I could have actually, you know, made something in the editor with chunks of stone around them. And maybe edited the ground a little bit. So if you ever make a campsite like this, just add some stone stuff. The ground, what is it called again? Gravel. There we go. Just add some gravel around. So in this case, I'm just going to eyeball out some stuff here and then show you the end result. Now what I'm going to do just for the effect is place a piece of wood pulp, because I don't have ash, just like this, and then I can colorize it before, you know, placing it actually down. Put a bit of gray in there. No? There we go. And let's pick it up and just place it like that. And a little bit rock darker color. Beautiful little campfire thing down here. Okay, guys, like I said before, I wish I would thought about it before doing stuff. I would have just changed the ground a little bit, add a little bit of brown here and there. But if I'm going to do that right now, stuff is going to fall down and sink in. So I'm just going to deal with it. And now we can just, you know, play some planting around. You don't have to hold the button, I noticed. Just to cover stuff up for a bit. You know, just make it a little bit more privacy. And from down here, it doesn't have to be that wild. But I guess that is something I need to do another time, because planting all of these blueprints down is going to take quite a work though. I had a little bit of a weird start of the week, but basically after I'm done recording and editing this, I can already start the next episode for Friday, which basically means I have tons of days in order to do a bunch of work, like literally a bunch of work. Alright, so where we're going to place this hut? I almost feel like right down here, if that would be possible. Like just sneaky off the road, people can't really see. Let me just place it down for a second here. I know it's not perfect, but maybe that is not even the window. That doesn't make any sense. Just wanna see, like it is pretty much hidden away, like this angle. Might be able to see a little bit, you know, cars driving by. Nobody notices a thing, right? Oh, look at this and look at that. This might be an idea. But one thing I do want to do, learn from the little camp mistake. You know, here's the thing. Maybe when the recording closes up and I'm done with all my stuff, I'm just going to give this area just a little bit of a boost. Just keep it the same, but make it look like it is, you know, it fits in a little bit better. And then the next time you guys like, oh, look at this, you know. All right, have to be very careful not to go too crazy with this. And like that. And let's see if I can get this a little bit flattened out. Just like that. And let's get a rake. Beautiful. This looks good. Nobody's expecting a hut to be here. It would be so more ideal if I had like the windows, you know, this way. But I guess rotating it like this. Now, let me see. I'm just gonna place it down. This wouldn't be too bad, right? I only feel like the ground needs to be a little higher. So I'm just going to stand here and hope. Yeah, okay. So before you place the blueprint down forever, for good, just make sure that you do the ground correctly. You know, I can agree with this. Yeah, just need 10 sticks and then this thing will be good to go. And of course, I'm going to cover it up a little bit more with vegetation. What did I need it? Oh yeah, sticks. It's so easy to forget, you know, sometimes. Like I said, for me today, it's Sunday. Well, it's Monday. And on Sunday, I had my Monday for good reasons. Look at that. Beautiful. No one is going to notice this unless, you know. Maybe. But just pretend. I mean, these kids need to have some fun too, right? It is okay. It is fine. As long as they keep it here with the road, nobody is going to bother that. It would be ideal if it was like super hidden away, but yeah, this is fine until like a heavy truck will slip off the road, crashes on this thing, and 3 children will die. Then it's lesser fun, right? But let's hope that doesn't happen. Now, of course, we still have some rocks left. I just want to place a couple of them around just to see what it does to the area. Yeah, I wish I had like big rocks though, but maybe too big ain't a good idea. Either, whatever you prefer, right? And the holy smokes, that cost a lot. I guess it's kind of logic that it costs so much, because if you break these rocks down, you are getting a lot too. But yeah, seeing a bit of a different type of rock here and there is adding a lot to the game. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so that will be that, because I'm going to need to spend a ton of hours. I want to have the next episode be the same like last episode, that all of a sudden you see stuff has changed. Now, one thing I do want to do for a second here is see if we can create like a couple of examples, maybe 3 or 4, and then I have to go around and spray all the trees. You see, oh yeah, the cocoa nut. Why in the world is that cocoa nut? How am I going to do that? The thing that I find a shame, yeah, that looks way better already than this green stuff. Even though I understand green is like not being too ripe, but if you get them off, they're like that color. Yeah, the thing that I find a shame that I have to do one by one, and that is going to take me absolutely a massive amount of work. Now, the reason why I want to have this, that to create more colors, so you can imagine having to do everything one by one is taking a long while. And doing the stem, I'm not sure what it's called, is thing number 1, right? Then the second thing is we also have those leaves on top. So I'm going to need to go around and do everything plenty of times, which is going to be absolutely insane. For now though, I'm just going to colorize these guys in the street itself to give you like an idea. And maybe for the future, which might be a lot more smarter, is to create this. Well, I'm not sure if that is smarter though, because maybe it is, maybe not. The thing here is, if we create like these trees in the editor, you can just place them like how they are right away. I just have to press 3, 4 or 5, have 3 different trees. But the only thing that's going to be a bummer is everything is going to be on grid. Maybe with trees it's not visible that much to say, and the height doesn't matter because the tree is very long, so it will never float above the ground to say. It might be a smart thing for the future though. Alright, so now this might going to be like crazy. Is that, why is it every time with the origin color? There we go. So this one will be lighter, that one will be that. So I'm going to need to go randomly spray certain guys. Light, dark. Ooh, that's crazy. I'm already and I have this guy like that, and then I'm like, okay, I need to be careful here. That one could be that, this one maybe that. Yeah, now I got a couple of different shades of stems in here. Doesn't look too bad though. Now for this next thing, I'm going to need to colorize the leaves. I am gonna take a new one. Does this really add something, or am I? Yeah, or no. Alright, so different color here. Now in this case, I would like to give all of these a different color right away, so it looks like lesser vanilla. And then just take a lighter color, and then just start randomizing some lighter colors. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this color though. Okay, honestly, it does add a lot more fun to the whole color show. But to be real honest, it's going to take me an insane amount of work to get all of this stuff like that. But it does add up if you look at that overall over there. Now what I find a shame is that you cannot just select all color slot in once and then just start messing around. So in this case, just let me know your feedback on these colors, what I've done right down here. And let me know if you have any other ideas that can be done right down here. And I'm going to probably get my butt to work already tomorrow on Friday's episode while it's Tuesday. And then I have plenty couple of days to get this big banger going, because it's going to take a lot of work, but sure, in the end it's going to look very beautiful. Alright, in this case, let's just get this campsite done the correct way. Just demolish it and give like a nice surprise for next episode how it should be looking, rather than just this simple.